Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 25. Today we're here in Williams-Brice Stadium for the 5-2 and 2-2 South Carolina Gamecocks to play host to the 4-3 and 2-1 Arkansas Razorbacks as the Gamecocks continue to try to keep pace in this SEC conference. These two teams met last year in Fayetteville, and it was the Razorbacks who came out on top. South Carolina has not forgot, as we're here in Willie B this week, and we are underway for the action. Arkansas, in their all-whites, will start off with the football, and they will bring this one out to the 15-yard line, which is where Daryl Fantoons, the impact junior quarterback, and this Razorback offense will take the field. 2,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions on the season. He's been great for the Razorbacks. First play for Arkansas will be a quick pass out in the flat where it will be caught for minimal gain. Second and 10 going back to the flat. This one a loss of 10. Interesting throw. And Arkansas is already backed up 3rd and 20 at their own 5. Trying to set up a screen and get some space. There's nothing there. So a quick 3 and out for the Razorbacks will lead to a punt from junior punter James Garcon. This is Ben Shaw with the return at his own 45. Cuts it back to the right. It's got some open space. Ben Shaw trying to cut the corner, and he will be tracked down at the 11-yard line. A good start for the Gamecocks. Deep in Arkansas territory. We'll see Athia Kilgo and the offense take the field. First play will be a run. It's a -2. Nice defensive play there by Wayne Jasmine. Second and 12 now. South Carolina will go empty. Kilgo will throw up the seam. He's got Bono, and he will score. Touchdown, South Carolina, quickly out in front, 7-0 on the second offensive play of the day for the Gamecocks. So the big punt return does mean points. As here comes the second drive for Arkansas. That one incomplete off the helmet of Merrick. Second and 10. Now they want a screen. This is Barry Winston, the junior halfback, who will gain 8. And now it's another third down for Arkansas. Just across midfield, they're going to go with a run to Winston, and he will just get it. They mark him over the sticks. That'll move the chain. So now a new set of downs. First down, it's a quick bootleg in the flat as Anthony Carter will outrun Troy Haslam in the flat. 2 catches, 17 yards for Carter. Only came to this game with 91 yards on the season. Next play is a short pass. This one's going to be caught by Winston for a gain of 6. The pistol now, 2nd and 4. Winston with a carry, and Barry Winston up the middle. He's going to be dragged down at the 7. 4 carries, 30 yards for Winston today. Good start for the junior. Now he's got Arkansas goal to go from the 7. Fantoons to the air, runs out of time. He's going to be sacked. Cottrell and Casey are there, 2 of the more premier pass rushers on this team. So now a 2nd and goal from the 14. Hand off to Winston, who gets a lot of this yardage right back with a run of 12. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 2. Arkansas will start out the defense. Fantoons quick throw. This one's caught. Touchdown for Damian Fries, his 5th on the season. And Arkansas will counter nicely with 7 of their own. So the first full drive here for South Carolina. It's an early 3rd down, as this will be a nice throw to Cameron, who gets away from the defense. Pat Cameron with the cut, and he's going to go 75 yards for a touchdown. South Carolina 14-7. Kilgo's only thrown the ball 3 times today, and he's got 2 touchdowns. So an electric start for the Gamecock offense, who now lead 14-7 after a quarter of play. Arkansas has dominated the time of possession, but it's been all South Carolina with the big plays thus far. Both quarterbacks look excellent to begin the ballgame, including Daryl Fantoons pushing it down to the opponent's 30 to begin the second quarter. And with the first play of the second quarter, Arkansas will score a touchdown. Fantoons to Wayne Manuel, the former 5-star recruit from Houston, Texas, will find the end zone. And just like that, Arkansas will counter again. We're all tied up at 14. Next drive for South Carolina is a quick 7-yard throw to Juan Gallegos, his 2nd catch of the day. 2nd and 3, bringing Cameron closer in the formation. It's a quick throw for Ben Shaw, who holds on through contact. Good job to absorb the hit from McKean Sayers and get the first down. And a quick strike to Gallegos will pick up 8. If Arkansas is going to play soft coverage, we'll take advantage of that matchup every single time. 2nd and 2, they go back to the ground, and Sonny Dora will pick up a first down. It's been a quiet start to his day, but he moves the chains there. Now they're pressing Gallegos, so they hand it off to Dora again, and he will gain 2, as he only has 6 yards on 5 carries. 2nd and 8, there's a play fake on the jet sweep. Kilgo will roll that way, checks it down, and it's actually dropped. Ben Shaw had it in his hands, but he just flat out drops it. It's now a 3rd and 8 for South Carolina. Kilgo to the air, and he will throw this left side, but it's an errant throw. And South Carolina will kick the first field goal of the game. They now lead 17-14. We'll see if Arkansas can counter that, as here's a nice throw on the comeback to Joel Ignacio. And Fontunes has been almost perfect to begin the ballgame. Now at midfield, another quick throw. This one's wide open as Ignacio again. Last year he had 15 touchdowns on the season. He's off to a good start today. Arkansas has been going hurry up too, trying to keep the defense on the back foot, but there's a nice play by Troy Haslam for a loss of 1. Now a 3rd and 4. Path back motion down. It's a swing pass to him. He'll be brought down, but Arkansas will counter with the field goal of their own. Everything South Carolina does, Arkansas matches it. We're up at 17 apiece now. From the 41, off a play fake, Kilgo stays in the pocket, had an open Gallegos. Just missed the throw. He's only 7 for 11, but he has 141 yards and 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 10, Kilgo looks short. He's got Deacon Hajrolahu, who will get close to the marker, marked inches shy. So South Carolina will run it with Dora, and he will get the first down in a little bit more space. That's one of his better runs of the day, mind you. 7 carries, 21 yards. That was his longest run. Now at the 41, handoff Dora again. He'll find some space, but the football on the ground is picked up, but they'll mark it down where he fumbled. So only a 4-yard pickup. Now 2nd and 6. Kilgo goes play fake, looking downfield for Bono, but he can't hold on. Good defense by Jaquez Ramesh. Now it's 3rd and 6. South Carolina sets up the mid-screen for Cameron, but he won't get there. There's an injured Razorback, but South Carolina will take the 3, and we'll head to the 2-minute warning. 20-17 your score. Arkansas with the football. We'll see if they can match another play, as that one should have been intercepted by Troy Haslam. Instead, it's a 3rd down for Arkansas, giving the Hogs another chance. Fontunes will counter with a nice throw downfield. Beautiful throw to Damian Fries, who as a freshman had 14 touchdowns. He is now a senior. So after the big play, they will get Andy Everett to encroach on the line, making it a shorter 1st and 5. Still a minute 23 to go, so plenty of time for the Razorbacks here at the 11 as they spread out the defense on 1st and 5. Fontunes to throw. He rolls to his left, and he's going to eat a sack. Plenty of Gamecocks in the backfield. That'll be a big loss, as it's now 2nd and 16. Fontunes to throw. Looks short. Has a man. It's going to be caught for a gain of 5. Clock will continue to run. Doesn't seem like they're in a hurry. 30 seconds to go. 3rd and 11 to the end zone. Is caught for a touchdown. Fontunes with an absolute dime and is caught. And now Arkansas, for the first time today, has the lead, 24-20, with 28 seconds left to go here in the first half. We'll see how aggressive our South Carolina gets, as Kilgo actually wants the deep ball on the first play, but it's underthrown and swatted away by Maurice Boyd. Now 2nd and 10 with 23 seconds. You got to be careful not to get the football back to Arkansas. There's a quick throw for Bono and 2 yards shy of the marker. And South Carolina is actually going to call a timeout. They usually don't get this aggressive, but they're trying to push the football. They've had a success on offense, and there's a beautiful throw to Cameron. He gets out of bounds, his 3rd catch of the day, and now you have 14 seconds and 2 timeouts. Kilgo on the next play will throw up the seam. Has McCord, who splits the safeties and goes to the end zone for a touchdown. We've seen South Carolina go to that same play plenty of times coming to the end of the first half, and it works every time. South Carolina gets aggressive, it pays off, and now we go into the halftime break with the Gamecocks leading a high-scoring affair here in Columbia, South Carolina by a score of 27-24. Both passing attacks have been excellent today, as Arkansas with only 3 incompletions, while South Carolina has been slinging it left and right. They will also start off the football to begin the second half, so a chance to double dip. Kilgo on the first play wants to roll to his left, and that one's swatted down by George James, the free safety. 2nd and 10 now. Kilgo wants the deep ball again, and this one's going to be knocked away. He has struggled on the deep balls, I will say. He has a good arm strength, but he underthrows a lot of them, which is surprising. 3rd and 10 now. Kilgo takes it to the air, throws it, and this time there's a man open. He doesn't lob this one. It's an absolute strike to Cameron, and he will go 75 yards for a touchdown. Another big play for Pat Cameron, the redshirt freshman who has exploded onto the scene this year. And South Carolina will get the sandwich points. They now lead 34-24 over the Razorbacks as they start off with the ground to Winston for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8, right back to Barry Winston up the middle. He came to this game with only 225 yards rushing. He's got 11 for 60 thus far. Next play will be another carry to Winston, and he will get 10 plus more. And now Arkansas will finally get back to the huddle. They're trying to mix in a little bit of tempo with a little bit of, traditional play. I respect it as they go back to Winston again. He'll finally check out here on 2nd and 7, as this will be a handoff to the more powerful back, and he picks up 4. First carry of the day for Isaiah Witt. He stays in here 3rd and 3 in the pistol. They'll go to Witt again. He's going to be stopped at the marker, but he sheds a couple of tackles. Good strong one running from Witt as he gets out to the 36, and Arkansas will again put the foot on the gas pedal. Van Toons looks quick throw. There's a man behind the defense, and it's going to be a touchdown. Damian Fry's his 5th of the season. Eric Merrick has struggled the past couple of weeks in coverage. And there's another big play given up by him there, as it's now 34-30. Arkansas trying to kick the extra point, but it's blocked. South Carolina will block it. It's going to be picked up by Forsett. He's trying to outrun them the other way. Will anybody catch him? It doesn't look like it, and this is going to be a 3-point swing. Instead of 34-31, it's now 36-30. Off the block, it was Frank Kennedy getting it done on special teams. So now South Carolina gets the football with a 6-point lead as they start with a 7-yard scramble from Kilgo. He's only moved the football twice today. 2nd and 3, Dorr gets it, cuts it back up the middle. Nice vision. He takes a hard shot to the right shoulder. 10 carries, 33 yards for Dorr. It's been a slow ground game again for the Gamecocks. As they cross midfield, Kilgo off the bootleg, dumps it short for Bono, and he will have maybe 3. As you can see, Kilgo's numbers today have been on point. 2nd and 7. Kilgo under some pressure. Nice dump off to Dora, but he's tracked down nicely by Mitch Hearns, the impact linebacker. Showing off good speed there. 3rd and 6 now. Kilgo throws across the middle. He's got Juan Gallegos. Good job coming back to the other side of the field. He's got 338 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. New set of downs. Here's a bubble screen to Benshaw, and he'll pick up 3. 2nd and 7 going empty. Just relying on the passing game right now as Kilgo's under a lot of heat. And, well, he'll just dump this one to the sidelines to live another day. Staying empty here, 3rd and 7. Kilgo to throw again. 4-man rush. Rolls to his right. Stops. Fires. Has a man open at the sidelines. It's Gallegos. Somebody's going to get open if you give him that much time. Now it's Cole to go from the 4. Kilgo to throw. Steps up. Tucks in. Nobody in front of him. Another rushing touchdown for Kilgo. His 5th total touchdown of the day. And South Carolina's offense has looked better than they ever have all season. They're going to go for 2 to try to make it a 14-point game. They give it to Dora, and he will do just that. So 44-30 is your score. Still 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's been a lot of points in this one. That's the next drive for Arkansas. We'll start off with a quick throw, but it's fumbled. It's put on the ground, and it's picked up by the Gamecocks. Eric Merrick, who struggled in coverage, just forced the fumble, though, and he makes a big play. Fortunately for the Gamecocks, they'll go 3 and on off of it, but they will get the field goal, so it is 47-30, the first 3-score lead of the day. And Arkansas's got to put the foot on the gas, and they had a man downfield. But Fontoons, with a rare miss today, overthrows what could have been a touchdown. So instead it's 2nd and 10. Fontoons goes back to the air. This time hits a man wide open across the middle. The secondary just getting shredded today. And Arkansas will push the pace. Man covers this play for the Gamecocks, and it's going to be beat. It's Eric Merrick again who gets beat in man coverage. A touchdown quickly to Wayne Manuel, his 2nd of the day. That'll take us to the 4th quarter, where South Carolina leads this one 47-37 in what has been a shootout of a day. There's a look at the top 25, the first college football playoff rankings. No Gamecocks, but I think they're getting close. They'll start off the football to begin the 4th quarter on 2nd and 6. A touch pass goes nowhere. Now it's 3rd and 6. Kilgo quickly rolls to his right, tries to keep his eyes downfield, hit as he throws. That one's incomplete, and that's just what the Hogs needed. Fortunately for them, nobody blocks Casey on this play as he sacks Fantoons quickly for a loss of 3. After another loss of 3, it's 3rd and 16. Arkansas will just throw the screen, and Winston will make a move. He'll give a good effort, but he'll be 6 yards shy. So nothing on the board there for Arkansas. A 10-point lead with 10 minutes to go for the Gamecocks. If they play smart football, they'll win this game. They face a 3rd down here, 3rd and 1. They go bunch to the right. They will throw it. Not going to run it. Has a man open to his left. Kilgo doesn't see him, and I think running it would have been the play there. I know you just torched him in the passing game, but it's a yard. Trust the ground game. So instead, Arkansas will get the football back, still only down by 10. After a loss of 1 here on 2nd and 11, Fontoons will lob this one deep, and it's caught! Behind the defense goes Joel Inaccio, and he will score, beating Raheem Laborn on the outside. We don't see him play out there very often, and, well, that's why. Arkansas with a huge play now brings it within 3. Now, it is the 2-minute warning, though, and it's 4th and goal from the 1. A huge play here. South Carolina goes for it, and it works. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Terrell Benshaw with it. A huge gamble for Coach Rob, and it pays off. They now lead 54-44 with 2 minutes to play. So Arkansas needs to score here. Incompletion, good defense by Devon Davis. 2nd and 10, now a deep ball, and Davis again in coverage will break it up. 2 great plays by number 0. 3rd and 10, Fontunes. He's going to be sacked. I see Cottrell there. I see a slew of others. And now Arkansas, 4th and 16. They're not going to use a timeout trying to preserve them. They hurry the offense back to the field, going 5 wide. This could definitely be the game. Arkansas looking for a deep ball. And it's 1-on-1, and Davis will win it again. Incomplete, and that'll do it. South Carolina would tack on 3 more, and they win this game 57-44. If you like points, you probably enjoyed this game. 101 combined points, but it's South Carolina who put up 57. 6 total touchdowns for Afia Kilgo, 432 yards passing. A star-making performance for the junior who looked great today. And South Carolina wins a shootout. They usually don't win these types of games, but the offense looked amazing. 182 yards and 2 touchdowns from Pat Cameron. We were slinging the football. This was really a one-dimensional offense, and we won. Now, the defense played absolutely atrocious. 6 touchdowns for Fontunes, who cannot be stopped. But the offense, man, you got to give them their credit. They've seen a lot of struggles the past couple of years. They come up huge today. Angel Casey is Defensive Player of the Week. No shocker there. 3 sacks, 6 TFLs. But then SEC Offensive Player of the Week is actually Afia Kilgo. He does get the award. 5 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing, 432 yards. He does not get national, though. Your top games, Nebraska loses to Minnesota. The Cornhuskers crack the top 4. They now lose. And then Miami goes down at home to Wake Forest as the ACC just continues to be a mess. Georgia falls to Florida for the 3rd straight year. The Gators win it in Jacksonville, so we lose the number 1 and number 4 teams this week. On Thursday, Texas State beat New Mexico, and then Pittsburgh over Duke. As we get to Saturday, San Jose State over UTEP in the Mountain West. NC State blows out Cal. The Golden Bears have really struggled this season. Northwestern with a big road victory over USC. Ole Miss gets it done against Texas, and then Temple on the road will beat Navy. Your game of the week was Washington in a close one over Ohio State. Huge win for the Huskies, as Ohio State only falls to 3, though. Michigan also cracks the top 4 with the victory over Maryland this week. In the Pac-12, Oregon State over San Diego State. TCU puts up 50 in a shootout against Cincinnati. Also in the Big 12, we'll see Texas Tech finally starting to put it back together. They beat Houston. Notre Dame gets a big ACC victory over Virginia Tech, who are fresh off a win over Miami. And Miami's now lost 2 straight. They lost to Wake Forest. Oregon's still number 1. They take care of business against Indiana. Clemson bounces back on the road against SMU. Washington State beats Fresno State by a touchdown. We see UAB with a close victory over FAU. Colorado looks to still be the team to beat the Big 12. They're 6-0 as they beat a winless conference team in Central Florida. Mississippi State goes to Tuscaloosa and wins 36-34. It has not been a good year for the Tide. Bowling Green still looks like the MAC team to beat. And then Western Kentucky goes down. Huge loss here as Hilltoppers look like they will not go back to the college football playoff. A huge loss to Jacksonville State. Arizona doubles up Kansas State, and then Kansas gets beat at home by Arizona State, so Arizona is greater than Kansas. UNLV beats Boise State, and then LSU gets a victory over Texas A&M. We see South Alabama on the road beat their conference opponent in Georgia Southern, and then yes, in Jacksonville, Georgia just continues to struggle against the Gators. Wyoming wins the Battle of the Bronze Brute, putting up 52, and then Missouri takes care of Kentucky, who are in free fall mode. Louisville gets a rare victory. They beat Virginia this week, 2 of the bottom teams actually in the ACC. Nevada over Hawaii. We see Iowa drop 1 at home to Michigan State. Memphis beats Army in the AAC. Then out in the Pac-12, UTSA is victorious over Utah State. Oklahoma destroys Vanderbilt in Nashville. We see Wisconsin take care of business against Illinois. Louisiana Tech over Middle Tennessee State. Baylor beats Oklahoma State, as them and Colorado look like the 2 best teams in the Big 12. Tennessee survives against Auburn this week, and then Minnesota squeaks by Nebraska in the Big rivalry game. UConn wins their Big 12 game against BYU. We see Stanford still undefeated, finally entered the rankings at 8-0. They're ranked 17th now. ECU over South Florida. Southern Miss wins by a point over Georgia State, while Ball State with a close one as well against Ohio. Appalachian State takes care of business against Louisiana, and then back to the MAC, Eastern Michigan over Miami, Ohio. Penn State takes care of Rutgers, and then Boston College wins over North Carolina. Buffalo wins by 3 against Central Michigan, and then Louisiana Monroe takes care of business, and then Florida State picks up a Big 12 victory at home against West Virginia. Your players of the week, you know, is Angel Casey on defense. David Wood of Arizona State had 3 total touchdowns and 193 total yards, while we know both SEC players now are Casey and Apia Kilgo. Here's a look at the rankings. Oregon, the new number 1 with Georgia going down. We lost 1, 3, and 4 this week, all lost. Ohio State only drops 1 spot, though, behind Washington. Still no Gamecocks. I think we deserve to be in. There's a lot of 3-loss teams that don't really have a lot of wins. Miami hasn't beaten anybody this year other than Florida, which we did too. In Missouri, why are they in the rankings and not us? Here are the big games this week. Michigan State's a huge one. 4 versus 7 in a rivalry matchup. Number 3, Ohio State will travel to number 16, Wisconsin. Stanford will put their undefeated season on the line against number 15, Virginia Tech. And then a huge game in the Big 12. Undefeated Colorado in the conference will host number 19, Texas Tech. We stay at home this week to face the Auburn Tigers, who are 4-4 and 0-4 in SEC play. 2 years ago, this Auburn team won the national championship, but it's been a lot different since then. Frederick Prude and that offense is virtually gone, and this is a much different team than they were a couple of seasons ago. Now, Auburn did beat us last year, and we have not forgotten that as our revenge tour continues. We've knocked off Mississippi State. We've knocked off Arkansas. Now we got to try to do the same thing against Auburn, who has a tough defense, though, despite their offensive shortcomings. We'll see that one up next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.